Okay. So Dallas,
Yeah.
what's your criteria for an optimal woman?
I have a default answer for this. My wife.
Good answer. And supposing you were not you,
Yes.
suppose you were Tim, what would be your ideal woman?
Ideal woman for Tim, huh? Okay, so if I were single and I were in the market, I think an ideal woman for me would be. That's a really tough question, to be honest. I mean, because
Got him.
yeah,
Got him.
Stumped. I'm stumped.
Usually he had stopped talking, but when it comes to women, I got him.
stumped. Okay, no, okay. So let's try to take a serious swing at this. Okay.
Okay.
So an ideal woman for me would be one that is invested in their own growth. One that continuously is in pursuit, bettering themselves. In more ways than one, not just intellectually, I would say, but also from a humanitarian perspective as well. Being humble,
Right.
being able to admit that you're, when you've made a mistake,
Right.
having compassion for others who are in circumstances that they cannot help. Of course, throughout the world, Africans, Cambodians, so someone who could look upon the circumstances of others with compassion, as opposed to just seeking personal gain in all circumstances.
Right.
Of course, you have to talk about the physical attributes of an ideal woman, right? In my book, physically fit, but they don't have to be, infatuated with health. If they don't go to the gym, it doesn't bother me. That bothers you, but it doesn't bother me.
Does it bother me? Well, they need to be in shape.
Yeah.
I don't go to the gym.
Well, exercise.
Yes.
I don't exercise all the time. I do sometimes. So I'm a bit chubbier. So I'm probably more forgiving of. And I actually I find when women are too skinny too, they're not as attractive. And it's funny. I had a Ukrainian friend in the States, and it was so funny because he would always comment. I remember, I would point out a girl that I thought was, physically attractive, and he would always comment, they look like a man because they don't have a butt. So they like more curvaceous, more,
Right.
I guess, what's the word we're looking for here? Yeah, curvaceous is a good word.
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous, yeah, that's what I was looking for. So they like more of a voluptuous figure. And I find myself also, these days being, I guess, more attracted to, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about overweight.
Right.
I'm just talking about not like grossly skinny.
Right.
I mean, to me, a lot of men are attracted to very thin profiles, but for me, I like to have some meat, I guess you could say.
Right.
I don't want to feel like I'm going to break her, if she's fragile. But anyway, how about yourself? What is ideal for you?
Well, let's go reverse on this. Physically, she needs to be like a gazelle, in good shape, and fairly on the slim and petite side, perhaps.
You were a Christian.
My ex-wife was a gazelle.
Song of Solomon,
And, she needs to be, well, if it's going to be someone I'm going to spend a long time with, she needs to be intelligent and able to communicate her intelligence to me.
Yeah.
But perhaps more importantly, she needs to be fun-loving and just a great companion, someone that I love to go to sleep with, someone I love to wake up with. And someone who doesn't think they need the drama of arguments to feel like they're in a good relationship.
There are people that feel that way?
a lot of the American girls I met, if they didn't argue once a week, there was something wrong with the relationship. There's the meme going around that
So did they feel like argumentation was necessary to be heard?
they feel like argumentation was necessary for a man and woman to come to understand each other in an intimate way. Something I never held to, and
Yeah, I don't think I
I
held that
think
belief
is
either.
very silly. So, yeah, but there's one more important aspect of this. I constantly change, and
Yeah, as we all do.
I need either a woman that changes in the same direction I change, which is quite regular in many different directions, or I need to switch to a new girl, who matches my new direction.
Okay. Understood. So can you give us an example of this kind of transition that you're talking about?
Yes.
And also give us an
Or can
example
I?
of a girl who was able to facilitate change or accompany change, and maybe one who wasn't. And what were the reasons behind it?
Well, I've been with a girl recently who, when I first met her over the summer, she was merely just a casual sex friend, we say here in Japan.
Yeah.
And initially, she did not want a deeper relationship. She was interested in another guy
Yeah. I remember you saying that.
that she was quite fond of, and I had other irons in the fire, so to speak. Well, after being together about a month, I asked her, "You want to be my girlfriend?" And she said, "No." I said, "No problem." So we continued in
Now,
that.
you didn't ask her with the intent of becoming her boyfriend, but you asked her sort of gauging her interests.
It's not engaging. I was ready at that time to say yes if she had said yes, but I was happy either way.
And we're talking about being exclusive.
That's right, exclusive. So she said no, and I said no problem, and so we continued in our casual relationship for about 2 or 3 more months, after which I asked her again, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?"
Yeah.
And this time she said, "Okay."
Okay.
I said, "All right, we're in a relationship." And that's the girl I'm with now, and it's been a really good relationship.
Yeah. Awesome.
In the past, I've been with girls, many of whom decide they need something more serious, something leading toward marriage. And I'm not afraid to reassess my inclination to be married. But to date, nearly every time I reassess whether or not I want to be married, I've always concluded that it's something I'm not ready for again yet.
Yeah. I can understand why.
So we've gone our separate ways in those cases.
Okay.
So you just stop acting goofy. All right. Not all right.
Ahiroguchi. There you go. That's duck mouth. The Japanese girls, they do that. They go.
Yeah.